15 minutes, Achi.
Okay, so here we go. Gargi back in the studio with me after months, huh? Five,
After a
six, yeah,
long,
long
long
time
time.
since before the England
England
series.
series.
Correct. Rohit Juglan joins us. Shomik Chakraborty joins us. Focus moves to the Test match. Kolkata, South Africa. Both teams have come here. Let's take quick starting comments. Rohit, why don't you start? Big series. The Indian team is here directly from Australia. Saurav Ganguly and I were chatting, and he said, "Don't these guys get even a day to go home? Look at their travel schedule."
No, we don't.
So that's how it is. But Rohit, set it up for us. बहुत बड़ा सीरीज है यार. I mean, अगर साउथ अफ्रीका को हम हरा देते हैं तो it sets it up. And today is the day in 1991 when South Africa came back to the international fold at the Eden Gardens. उसके बारे में भी एक आध स्टोरीज में बता दूंगा. But Rohit,
ऑब्वियसली बोला था एज यू सेड कि बहुत बड़ी सीरीज है एंड देन एक तरीके से कंक्लूजन भी है हमारे सीजन का. फिर नया सीजन का स्टार्ट होगा. सो लास्ट टाइम जब हमने शुरू किया था, आई नो कि मैं और शामिकदा साथ में थे. हमने चेन्नई से शुरू किया था और चेन्नई से शुरू करके यस ऑब्वियसली एक बीजीटी खत्म हो गया इन बिटवीन. बट अगर आप इंडिया का होम सीजन देखोगे तो इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम चेन्नई एंड इट विल कंक्लूड इन गुवाहाटी. अगर हम उस हिसाब से देखें तो वो भी एक एक पॉइंट है. देन ऑब्वियसली फिर आपको ये भी देखना है कि इसके बाद जो आपको दोनों सीरीज खेलनी है वो अवे फ्रॉम होम खेलनी है, जो टेस्ट सीरीज खेलनी है. उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाता है. साउथ अफ्रीका जिस तरीके से इंडिया ए को हराया है उन्होंने 400 समथिंग चेज करके, विद देयर बैटर्स शोइंग कि भाई आप अगर ये सोच रहे हो कि आप हमको चाहे ईडन गार्डन्स ही जैसा विकेट क्यों ना हो, क्योंकि अगर लास्ट दिन भी आप मतलब लास्ट इनिंग्स में भी आप 400 प्लस चेज कर रहे हो, इसका मतलब आपकी बैटिंग में भी दम है और सामने वाली जो कंडीशंस है वो भी इतनी ट्रिकियर नहीं थी. तो ईडन गार्डन्स मुझे लगता है आप लोग ज्यादा बेहतर जानते हैं, लेकिन ईडन गार्डन्स जितना मुझे लगता है आप रातों रात उसे एक स्पिन फ्रेंडली विकेट नहीं बना सकते. इंडियन टीम ऑब्वियसली उनका एक अपना मैसेज होगा जरूर क्यूरेटर्स को, लेकिन ईडन गार्डन के क्यूरेटर्स पर हम वैसे ही बहुत बात आईपीएल के दौरान कर चुके हैं, तो मैं उस चीज पर ज्यादा टच नहीं करूंगा. बस मैं इतना ही कहूंगा कि यहाँ पर आपको एक सॉलिड विकेट मिलने वाला है. और अगर आपको साउथ अफ्रीका गुवाहाटी या फिर कोलकाता में कहीं ज्यादा चैलेंज करेगा तो वो ईडन गार्डन्स होने वाला है, वो प्रॉपर ईडन गार्डन्स का. एंड एज यू राइटली सेड लास्ट टाइम भी जब हमको याद है हम लोग सब एशिया कप में थे, दे डायरेक्टली फ्लू फ्रॉम गौतम गंभीर, शुभमन गिल डायरेक्टली फ्लू फ्रॉम दुबई टू अहमदाबाद. और वहां से फिर हमने ये सीधा देखा कि दिल्ली का टेस्ट खत्म हुआ, वेस्ट इंडीज पे जो 2 मैचेस की सीरीज थी, दिल्ली टेस्ट खत्म हुआ, वो डायरेक्टली ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले गए, ऑस्ट्रेलिया से अब डायरेक्टली कोलकाता आ गए. तो सौरव गांगुली का कंसर्न बिल्कुल ठीक है कि इन लोगों को इनके घर जाने का मौका कब मिल रहा है, कितना मिल रहा है, नोबडी नोज अबाउट दैट. यस, इंग्लैंड टेस्ट सीरीज के बाद एक महीने का गैप था, बट आफ्टर दैट एशिया कप, वेस्ट इंडीज सीरीज एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज बैक टू बैक है. अब इस सीरीज के बाद मुझे लगता है थोड़ा सा आराम मिलेगा प्लेयर्स को.
Rohit put it nicely there. But can we now say that compared to the England series, Shomik, Gautam and Shubman Gill will be little less under pressure? That they are now kind of settled into the job. The team is starting to look a little bit more settled. The Indian team. Your thoughts?
Absolutely. The England series, this 2-2 draw. If India would have lost the final test at the Oval, it would have been completely different. Maybe Gautam Gambhir, both Shubman Gill, not that much because it was his first series as captain, but Gautam Gambhir would have been under immense pressure. So that has given uh, Gautam Gambhir and the Indian team management a lot of breathing space. That is to start with. But at the back of the mind, they would be wary about last year. We took New Zealand lightly in the home series. That will be there at the back of their mind because West Indies was never going to present any kind of challenge given the gulf in class between the two teams. But South Africa are the world champions, and in the last multi-day game, this showed that they can chase down 400 plus in the fourth innings. And mind, it was almost a test match bowling lineup. India had almost a test match bowling lineup. From that point of view, if you look at the South African team, first of all, I don't know about Guwahati because Guwahati would be hosting its first test match. We don't know how the pitch would behave for a red ball game because previously only white ball internationals have happened at that venue. But Calcutta, the way this under Shujanda, the way the nature of the pitch has changed, given the soil components and the soil composition, you cannot prepare a turning track, and India will not go for a ranked turner. If you want to prepare a ranked turner in guns, it is not possible. In that case, it would become an underprepared pitch. So India will not take the risk after what happened against New Zealand, and they made the mistake of playing on ranked turners. I think it will be a good pitch, and which will veer a little towards the seamer side. I expect India to go with three fast bowlers, specialist fast bowlers, Bumrah, Siraj, and Akashdeep. And what I am hearing, because Ravindra Jadeja and Washi would be the two spin bowling all rounders. What I am hearing, I don't know, because they will have a look at the pitch, and they will have 2 3 days of practice sessions. But Dhruv Jurel, Rishabh Pant will be there, and Dhruv Jurel will play as a specialist batsman at the expense of Nitish Reddy. That's what I am hearing, but that is at a very early stage. We have to see the next 2 3 days of practice sessions. But this is at this moment of time I'm hearing that Dhruv Jurel is firmly in the scheme of things for a playing 11 berth.
I've heard the same. Before I go to Gargi, Gautam Gambhir and Sitanshu Kotak went to Eden Gardens today at 11 a.m. in the morning to check the pitch. We will try and get you visuals of that, still photographs, because videos you can't use here when the team is playing at home. But we will get you the visuals of Gautam Gambhir and Sitanshu Kotak visiting Eden Gardens. They did that at 11 a.m. this morning. Second, people are asking about practice sessions. We will let you know the practice session details. Shomik, Gargi, Shubayan, and Devashish. These will be the 4 reporters hands-on. Rohit and I will obviously be there. I will also be traveling to the ground. So a lot of our teammates will be at the ground. Some of them will cover it, as with the media accreds, and some of us, including myself, I'll kind of sit in the clubhouse and watch and cover. But our entire team will be in Calcutta covering this test match. So you will have maximum coverage in English, in Hindi, and in Bangla. Gargi, over to you to set it up.
Oh, it's going to be a good series to watch out for. I think after England, I don't know about anyone else, but I was especially waiting for a test match to come back, because what we saw in England was a huge transformation of the Indian team. First of all, there were so many questions about Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill being named captain. So that all of that conversation is behind us now. Now this can, like you rightly said, that there will be much less pressure on Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill going forward. Now they can actually focus on doing well. Shomik also brought up the India A games, and this is a South African team that's not going to let go of a win that easily. They will go for the kill every single time. You saw them chasing 421 runs on that final day, and I think a lot of positives from those 2 games as well. I think Harsh Dubey has been one young star that you can always look out for. He did give India some breakthroughs over there. Of course, Dhruv Jurel, back-to-back centuries, and from what you guys have been telling us, Shomik and Boria both, that he is in the scheme of things, and he rightly deserves that at this point after those performances that we've seen. And of course, in England, the way that he took on the pressure of wicket keeping as well, I think it says a lot about the kind of character that Dhruv is and the kind of pressure that he can take on. The other thing is, the other positive would obviously be, I think, on that last day of the match, Mohammad Siraj is bowling again. He comes in full force with a lot of heart, and he looks like he's unstoppable. So it's going to be a great match, and looking forward to it.
Rohit, your thoughts on Dhruv Jurel? Would you play Dhruv Jurel? Because I am also hearing exactly what Shomik said, that he's firmly in the scheme of things. Usko khilana chahiye. Pehla innings 132 not out. Second innings also 100. You reckon Dhruv Jurel has done enough to get a spot, Rohit Juglan?
आई थिंक परफॉर्मेंस वाइज येस बुरेदा, बट आप साई सुदर्शन पे अभी तो आपने इतना ट्रस्ट करना शुरू करा था. आई रिमेंबर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन टू चेयरमैन सेलेक्टर. यू वर देयर एट द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस इन दुबई व्हेन वी वर देयर. आई आस्क्ड हिम दैट क्या आपके सामने सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज इस समय पर यह है अजीत सर कि आपको एक वो नंबर 3 पे एक बंदा चाहिए जो लॉन्ग टर्म सोल्यूशन हो आपके लिए, बिकॉज नंबर 3 इज अ वेरी क्रूशियल पोजीशन. और हम देख रहे हैं सिंस चेतेश्वर पुजारा ने वो पोजीशन छोड़ी है, आपको बैटर्स चाहिए वहां पे, एक परमानेंट स्लॉट चाहिए वहां पे जो बुक कर सके उस पोजीशन को. एंड ही सेड कि हम साई सुदर्शन को एक लंबा रोप देना चाहते हैं अभी. विदाउट अ डाउट ध्रुव जुरैल ने जो 2 पारियां खेली है, जो फर्स्ट 100 आई थिंक जो उनका आया वो बहुत क्रूशियल टाइम पे आया. उसके बाद अगर आप पिछले कुछ समय में उनकी इंडिया परफॉर्मेंसेस देखोगे, ही वाज केप्ट ऑन मिसिंग ऑन दोस हंड्रेड्स। मुझे याद है कैंटरबरी में भी उन्होंने 100 मिस आउट किया था, वहां पर भी वो बहुत अच्छे लग रहे थे। इवन इंडिया में उन्होंने साउथ अफ्रीका के अगेंस्ट पहले भी देयर वर 2-3 ओकेजन्स जब उन्होंने 90s 80s स्कोर करा और वो 100 नहीं कर पा रहे थे। एंड 100 ऑलवेज इन सब कॉन्टिनेंट इंडिया में, जब तक कोई 100 नहीं मारता है, हम लोगों को उस तरीके से वो नहीं आता है कि यार ये एक बड़ा प्लेयर है, इसको देखना है। सो मेरे हिसाब से उन्होंने सब कुछ किया है जो उनसे इन 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 स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स में अगर आप देखो तो उनको वाइस कैप्टनसी भी दी गई। मैं सरप्राइज था जब इंग्लैंड लायंस के अगेंस्ट इंडिया ए का स्क्वाड अनाउंस हुआ था और उनको विद सो मच ऑफ देम देयर, इतने सारे प्लेयर्स थे। ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ उस सीरीज से पहले आपके कैप्टन थे, उनको आपने कैप्टन नहीं बनाया। आपने एक नया वाइस कैप्टन भेजा अभिमन्यु ईश्वरन के रूप में, सॉरी नया कैप्टन भेजा अभिमन्यु के रूप में, एंड देन वो फिर वाइस कैप्टन भी नहीं थे। तो सडनली ध्रुव जुरैल वहां पर वाइस कैप्टन आते हैं, वो कैप्स हैंड ओवर कर रहे थे हर्ष दुबे या हर्ष दुबे को शायद उन्होंने, या तनुष कोटियान को, किसी एक को उन्होंने वो डेब्यू कैप भी दी थी। तो सडनली आपको वो देखने को मिला कि यार ये बंदा जो है थोड़ा सा मैच्योरली देखा जा रहा है इस शख्स को। एंड देन वो नंबर 4 नंबर 5 का पोजीशन भी वहां पर कंसीडर किया गया था उनके लिए। तो वहां से एक ग्रोथ दिख रही है उनके ऊपर। बट जैसा मुझे लग रहा है इस समय पर कि अगर टीम ने साई सुदर्शन पर ट्रस्ट किया है इंग्लैंड में, और हाल फिलहाल में भी अगर आप वेस्ट इंडीज टूर भी देखो, तो अचानक से ये बोलना कि नहीं यार वो खिलाड़ी 2 मैचेस में अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस कर दी है अभी हाल फिलहाल में, तो आप नंबर 3, फिर क्या ऐसा होगा कि डोमेस्टिक में और कोई खिलाड़ी इस रणजी सीजन में बहुत अच्छा कर देगा और फिर हम ये कहेंगे कि नहीं यार हमको अब ध्रुव जुरैल को भी हटा देना और वो करना। तो मुझे लगता है साई सुदर्शन को शायद अपने मौके दिए जाने चाहिए। ध्रुव जुरैल हैज टू वेट फॉर हिज चांसेस। अब टीम क्या करती है वो एक डिफरेंट चैलेंज है। वो जैसा आप लोग रिपोर्ट भी कर रहे हो कि टीम शायद सोच रही है कि उनको हर हाल में मौका दिया जाएगा, बट वो मौका कहाँ मिलेगा, किसकी जगह पर मिलेगा? इज दैट फेयर देन विद साई सुदर्शन की अचानक से आपने उनको सब कुछ कम्युनिकेट कर रखा था, और ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ होगा ना कि 10 दिन पहले तक साई को कुछ पता नहीं है और 10 दिन बाद आप बोलोगे नहीं साई आपको ड्रॉप करेंगे हम। तो वो चीज मुझे देखनी है कि वो टीम इंडिया कैसे यहाँ से आगे प्लान करती है।
Both of you can take this. Shomik, you go first, and Gargi obviously take it. Shomik, you mentioned Nitish. Rohit has a point about Sai, that number 3 is not a position that you keep changing. So is it Sai? Is it Nitish? Who according to you, or what have you heard? Where is the focus at the moment? In whose place? If you are saying 3 fast bowlers in Akash, in Siraj, in Jasprit, what is the team then? Are you again leaving out Kuldeep? If it's Jadeja and Washington, your 5. So what is the team? Are you going to again leave out Kuldeep Yadav, a genuine match winner, last test series bowled very well? So what is your team, Shomik, and whose place do you see Dhruv Jurel?
No, I want to make it clear that Sai Sudarshan will play. He will bat at number 3. I mean, he is India's long-term investment at number 3. So he will get these 2 test matches at least. He got the 2 test matches against the West Indies, and he will get these 2 test matches at least. So Sai, if Dhruv Judal comes, and it is a very likely possibility, he would be replacing Nitish Kumar Reddy. As far as Kuldeep is concerned, given the way the Ingard's pitch, it is going to be very, very likely, because we still have 3-4 days for the test matches to start. Kuldeep Yadav will have to sit out, in the sense that free spinners on this pitch could be a luxury. So at the end of the day, for team composition, Kuldeep might have to sit out. The Rishabh Pant at number 5. You have settled until number 4. Rishabh Pant is back. Rishabh Pant at number 5. Number 6 is Ravindra Jadeja. Number 7 is Dhruv Jurel. Number 8 is Washington Sundar. And then the fast bowlers. This is the combination. So this is the very, very likely first combination for the first test. Although we still have 4 days left, so something might change. But unless and until there is a dramatic change at the nature of the pitch at the 11th hour, this is very likely going to be the India's team composition for the first test.
Yeah, I completely agree with Shomik when he says that he doesn't see Kuldeep Yadav playing. I think we've had this conversation before as well, where we discussed that it does not seem likely on an Eden Garden surface. It does not make sense to have a Kuldeep Yadav in the team. Anyway, it is, near impossible for the Eden Gardens pitch to change that much or have that sort of dramatic transformation to turn into a rank turner. I don't think that's happening. But on the other hand, Rohit brings up the point of the management talking about, the selectors talking about giving Sai Sudarshan a long rope. But going by the most recent press conference that I have been to, which was after the India West Indies series, after the win, and Gautam Gambhir specifically was asked about Nitish Kumar Reddy, and he very, very clear that they want to groom Nitish Kumar Reddy because he is that one player after Hardik Pandya that has sort of been able to fill that void, or rather is has the potential to go ahead and fill that void of a seeming all-rounder, which is why I just have a hunch. I don't have a report on this, or I haven't spoken to anyone about this, but at the same time, I have a hunch that if Dhruv Jurel comes in, it will be in place of Sai Sudarshan and not Nitish Kumar Reddy.
Rohit, your take on Kuldeep? Yes, yes, please. Yes.
So I a little bit I disagree. Means when you say that, Kuldeep Yadav, when it's the flattest, when it's a rank turner, go with Ravindra Jadeja and go with Washington Sundar. That's your best bet. But when it's not that, like we know that Eden Gardens wicket is, doesn't help. Means you can't consider it a rank turner or something where you can see ball is turning so much. In those kind of venues, I think it will be more feasible to go with a Kuldeep Yadav, rather go with a Washington Sundar or with a Ravindra Jadeja. Go with include a Kuldeep Yadav into the scheme of things. Firstly, he has played a lot of cricket there. Secondly, I think if not with the turn, it will be the bounce. As we all know, yes, Washington Sundar has that height factor within him. But I think if you compare Washington Sundar in these kind of flat wickets, yes, if you want to add the batting depth, that's a completely different thing. But as Gargi told, Shamikda also told that either there could be a Dhruv Jurel or could be a Nitish Kumar Reddy. So you are already and you already have multiple options or a deep down options to bat. But for me, if the wicket is not assisting that much, then go with the a little unpredictability of Kuldeep Yadav, whom South African batters haven't played much. His record in white ball cricket also against them is really good, and there is still, I think, some kind of unpredictability about Kuldeep Yadav, that what he's doing with the ball. His last series in home, during, if you see the India versus West Indies test also, or before that also, whenever he has played, he has given you wickets. So I think if wicket is not assisting the spinners much, if it is assisting the spinners, go with go with Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar. I have no doubts with that. But if it's not, then go with a Kuldeep Yadav.
Sorry.
Bolo, bolo. Your point.
Yeah, yeah. Rohit, one of the aspects as far as Eden Gardens is concerned, it is not only about the pitch. From the from the side of the K block doesn't have a roof, and from the Ganga towards late afternoon, a breeze comes. And if you look at Washington Sundar's bowling, his biggest forte is his drift. It's not about he. It is not about like Ashwin's trickery or the carambol or the variations. His biggest strength is about his drift, and it would be completely remiss of the Indian team management to leave out Washington Sundar at Eden Gardens because towards this from second session onwards he will get a serious drift at this venue. Now that is number one. And what I am as far as what I know, that Ravindra Jadeja, leave him aside. He's completely, totally undroppable. And this team looks Washington Sundar, irrespective of the conditions, as one of the undroppables because there is that extra batting cushion you have mentioned. And uh, having Washington Sundar gives the team management that bit of extra confidence that yes, we have someone who is adept if there is a collapse, or if there is a situation that you need someone to face the second new ball. He's very good at doing that. So from that point of view, Washington Sundar is a serious value addition.
Okay, good points there from both. Just people were asking what is the practice timings. India will train from 9 a.m. in the morning. India will train from 9 a.m. in the morning at the Eden Gardens. South Africa will train in the afternoon. And we will get you all the updates. Gargi will be there. Shubayan will be there. Devashish will be there. Shomik's coming to Calcutta day after. I will, as I said, we will do shows. I will join them in the afternoon at some point in time. So plenty of people will be there at practice from Rev Sports, and we will update you with all of the details. But just so you guys know, India is practicing at 9 a.m. in the morning. South Africa is practicing in the afternoon. That's the update. Folks, before we kind of, there was one super chat which we'll take also. But before we move on, I've done a column on this. You guys should all finally acknowledge this in public. Shubayan Chakraborty presided over an Indian series win in Australia. You all went after his life in Dubai, in Australia, everywhere else. He has won a T20 series 2-1 against Australia. I have done a piece today. Tomorrow it's coming out. Cricket and Superstition. Rohit Juglan, acknowledge. Shubayan Chakraborty, Gargi Rao.
Already acknowledged multiple
No,
times.
Gargi has already.
That he is the one who is responsible. Now, please take
I've
your
already
word.
tweeted.
No. Gargi has already come up with the catchphrase of the series. टूटा शुभायन का अभिशाप. टूटा शुभायन का अभिशाप. ऑस्ट्रेलिया कर रहे हैं उसके किए का पश्चाताप. I am completing that.
ये तो शायरी हो गया भाई. रोहित तुम कुछ बताओ यार, ये हम लोगों में हुआ था बेस्ट इन दिस. तुम कुछ बताओ.
अब इसको पूरा शायरी
ये अपने आप में मुकम्मल है. ये अपने आप में मुकम्मल है. कई बार बस 2 पंक्तियां ही काफी होती हैं. शामिद दा ने जो कहा है, शामिद दा ने जो कहा है वो अपने आप में पूरा है.
बट आपका कमेंट दीजिए. शुभायन हैज वन अ सीरीज.
It's a very happy homecoming for him because मैं उनको जब सिडनी में जब भी हमने जो रैप अप शोज भी करे, जब ओडीआई सीरीज खत्म हो रही थी, मैंने कहा चलो ये तो हार गए, अब अगला भी हारना ही है, तो बाकी चीजें देख लेना आप. ये सारी चीजें मैं तो बोल ही रहा था उनको. बट और मैंने ट्वीट भी किया था जिस दिन हम होबार्ट में थे. मैंने ट्वीट भी किया होबार्ट में, मतलब जब वो थे तो मैंने ट्वीट भी किया था कि आज इंडिया सीरीज बचा लेना, मतलब इंडिया के लिए सीरीज. So he said that हम दोनों जगह जीत रहे हैं. उस दिन विमेंस वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल भी था, तो उन्होंने कहा कि आज हम दोनों जगह जीत रहे हैं, होबार्ट में भी जीत रहे हैं और मुंबई में भी जीतेंगे. सो हम दोनों जगह जीते तो बढ़िया है. बट स्टिल मैं ये कहूंगा कि एक हिस्ट्री रही है उनके नाम के साथ जुड़ी हुई, तो इट कुड बी अ फ्लूक आल्सो. तो मैं अभी देखना चाहता हूँ कि वो 2-3 सीरीज कम से कम उनके राज में इंडिया जीते, तो फिर ये जो अभिशाप है ये तब टूटेगा.
ये देखो, ये कमेंट देखो.
शुभायन के अभिशाप का सर्वनाश. बाप रे. त्रिशा,
सर्वनाश word is associated with Shamik da. Sarvanash word is.
Trisha, the discussion is Shubayan has now presided over an Indian series win. Are you guys taking it back that Shubayan is unlucky? Rohit says he's still not convinced.
No, it is just one series. Could be an aberration. So we cannot.
Trisha, cut him some slack at least. Trisha, cut him some slack at least.
No, you're not understanding, Shamika. You have to understand that Shubhayan was not there in the Women's World Cup, and we won the World Cup. So
right.
The significance. And here it's a bilateral series. And that too, you have lost matches. It's not like you haven't. In the series, you were at one point behind. So I think I'm going to still see maybe the West Indies, maybe the South Africa test match. Shubhayan will be there. We'll find out if it was an aberration or it actually makes sense.
Yes.
And in Trisha's defense, Shubayan keeps talking about the fact that he has broken the curse back in Asia Cup. Does he remember that we had to?
No, Asia Cup he did not break the curse. So
can't say
my column tomorrow morning, you guys can read the first paragraph. That is clear. My first paragraph is there was a clamor, collective clamor in the press box. India 20-3 Boryada Shubayan ko airport bhejiye. That was the
He was flying over Pakistan when India won that game. He was somewhere in Karachi or Lahore.
20-3 ki isko bhejo. And the moment he left for the airport, there was a partnership. Sanju Samson and Tilak, and then India won. It is a fact. Having said that, I thought you guys are his teammates. You all will say, chalo yaar, this guy has finally redeemed. Trisha and Rohit, this is, come on. Shubayan will today cry because these two have
And poor guy is getting me coffee also in Singapore airport. I actually called him and said, "Get me some Bacha coffee," because, as you guys know, I am Bacha's brand ambassador. So I was like, "Get me some Bacha coffee," and he actually got it for me. So
Okay,
very sweet of him.
I am playing the deal breaker here. I am playing the deal breaker here. So the thing is that I think we can all accept this, that Shubayan's Obishap remains as it is, but in Australia, rain gods superseded that.
Yes.
Baap re.
Yes.
Also,
This is
if you see the India-Australia semi-final and then the India-Australia series, Australia has not been Australia for quite some time. So maybe secretly Shubayan is supporting Australia. That's why Australia is completely lost touch.
घूम
That
गया
could be the case.
ये सुभान की तरफ था अभी ये भी घूम गया बाप रे बाप each one I mean all these fellows are dangerous
Shubayan need
people.
Shubayan need better PR. Shubayan need better PR.
न्यूजीलैंड टेस्ट सीरीज क्या है क्या है What is this?
शुभायन द न्यूजीलैंड टेस्ट में भी थे,
तो वो भी हार गए
वो भी हारी, बीजीटी में भी हारी।
अरे यार उसका लिस्ट खराब है वो मुझे भी पता है बीजीटी विमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप इन साउथ अफ्रीका एशिया कप and that fateful final in Ahmedabad. I've written all of that, but the chap has turned it around. Give him credit. None of you are giving him.
But please tell me one thing. No, please tell me one thing. On the final day at the Oval, did you send Shubayan somewhere else from the Oval press box? I think you sent some Shubayan somewhere else from the Oval press box.
No, we were all standing outside. We have that.
So then it's his credit also. How are you doing?
Aberration.
India didn't won the match. India didn't won the series, na.
You know what
India
happened?
didn't won
All
the
of
series
our
there.
luck.
Correct. I agree with Rohit. We won that match. We did not win the series.
अगर शुभायन दा वहां नहीं होते तो हम लॉर्ड्स जीत जाते हैं। वो बॉल सिराज का आगे नहीं आता, पीछे नहीं आता, आगे चला जाता।
कैसा
I think Shubayan Chakravarti needs better PR.
Yeah. Clearly.
There has to be a justice for Shubayan hashtag. Please, we must create that. Pooja has to create a Pooja creating to again will be ulta.
Pooja can't create justice. Then all Shubayan will get is injustice. Also, by the way, do you guys know Pooja already in our first live after the World Cup has written that in India group stage exit 2026 World Cup loading.
What is she created some 150 cards?
The first wicket partnership, 100 partnership cards, 50
Yeah, Trisha mentioned about the Women's World Cup. On a serious note, today Professor came to the ground, Professor Ratnakar Shetty, and he was talking about 2027 Women's World Cup. No one is covering, and he said, "I got only the only reporter who gave me a call was Boria. That please set up an interview." He was backing. He has been backing women's cricket for a long time when no one was covering women's cricket.
It was after Amitabh Chaudhary's life at Lords. After his life, and I can put this on record, saying, please, let's do this. Please, let's do this. Whatever happens, this is a moment. And I did a show with Diana, with Saurav. We did multiple lives in 2017, even after India lost. So again, whether you lose or you win, coverage should not be impacted. Then you don't cover Olympics. Then you don't cover Paralympics. Now it has become a brand. And again, I think we are shooting our mouth off here when we say it's become a brand. I want to see after 3 months. Today, Trisha and Snehashish went to cover a domestic match in Kolkata. Andhra versus Bengal. Ask them how many journalists were there. Not one.
3 crows, 2 cats. 3 crows, 2 cats, and Trisha and Snehashish.
Correct.
But there is something that happened there. Actually, the selectors and always sitting there, selectors, coaches, etc. They came to us and they started saying that thank you so much for covering women's cricket so well throughout the World Cup, criticizing the team when needed. And I liked when they said criticizing the team because we have been criticized for criticizing them. But yeah, so they said what people do not understand is the genuine passion. Because for you guys to turn up at 8:30, the first game was at 8:30, by the way. To turn up at 8:30 to Aditya Academy ground from both of our house, it's 1 hour each. So it does take a lot. It's great to see you guys covering it, because you guys were the few people covering it even when we did not win the World Cup. Of course, most of them know me previously, because I have my own past in CAB, was a player, umpire, coach. But other than that, in general, I loved hearing it, because when you work hard and people come up and tell you that, we have noticed that you have put in so much effort. And in fact, somebody said every day you guys were doing 2, 3 shows. How did you manage? So we were like, yeah, we had a tripod stand, we had a mobile, and we were roaming around doing shows. So it was excellent, Boryada.
Yeah, and
If
that's how
I
it should be.
i- i-
Yeah, Shobit.
if
Yeah,
if if I may take your leave, because they will shut up shop.
yes,
The
yes,
match is
yes,
over, so they are
yes, yes.
requesting. Thank you
So
so
the
much.
point
Ask
is,
them to lock you.
we were also there for the Baton Cup. There were not even Trisha was there. How many spectators were there? We hosted the programs pro bono. We held the press conference. We did our coverage. Baton Cup 126th year. That's because we have a commitment to hockey. Gargi was there for the 100th celebration in Delhi. At least there was some fanfare. Baton Cup, who was there? Nobody. We went and covered the Baton Cup also. Every sport we will do. And my point is, you want to abuse, you go and abuse. You
Yeah.
do. No problem. Sachin Tendulkar's word, right? His biographer, kuch to sikha yaar. You throw stones at me, I will convert it into a milestone. Simple as that. Jo marzi kar lo, apna kaam hum karte rahenge. But coming back to the subject at hand, last 5 minutes, Trisha, we were talking about Dhruv Jurel's inclusion, Kuldeep Yadav's thing. Rohit made some important points. Gargi and Shomik made some important points. Where do you stand on this? Rohit said Dhruv Jurel at number 3, he doesn't agree, because then you are not giving Sai an enough rope. Shomik
True.
and Gargi were of the point that Dhruv Jurel for Nitish Kumar Reddy is a possibility.
No, I said Sai.
Acha, you said Sai. Shomik said for Nitish Reddy is a possibility. That is one question. And the second is Kuldeep Yadav. Rohit feels if it's a turner, then you go with Sundar and Jadeja. But if it's
Yeah.
not a turner, then you go with your best spinner in Kuldeep Yadav. That's where the debate was. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think first I'll do the Jurel bit. I agree with Rohit on that. You cannot be having Jurel in place of Sai Sudarshan at number 3, because I think that's unfair on Sai. He should be given a longer rope, has done nothing wrong to be exchanged for Jurel. The other part is, does Jurel fit in that number 3 role? It's a very specific and a very different role than someone like a Jurel does. So I think Nitish Kumar Reddy can be one option, but then again, you have to then see who are your pace options. Do you have enough options where you do not need Nitish to even bowl, say, a change of 2, 3 overs? If that's the case, then I would say Jurel in place of
Okay.
Nitish Reddy actually adds to your batting.
To answer that, Shomik said he's seeing 3 fast bowlers. He said
Okay.
Bumrah, Siraj and Akashdeep, and he sees
Yeah.
Jadeja and Washington Sundar. That's what Shomik said. And that's where he was bringing Jurel in, because he had 3 fast bowlers in his lineup.
Absolutely. If you have the 3 pace bowlers, then you don't need Nitish Kumar Reddy, because you also have and this is completely according to Shamikda. You have a Jadeja and you have a Sundar. So I think there you can definitely manage a place for Jurel in place of Nitish Reddy. As far as spinners is concerned, Kuldeep is your wicket taking spinner, even if there isn't a lot of turn in the pitch. So I think one should go for Kuldeep. But I also think if there is no turn, I think the Indian team will go with Sundar and Jadeja, because that also kind of, it aligns with the vision that the team has had over the test matches, that we'll have a deeper batting lineup. So that is provided if there is a Sundar, there is a Jadeja, there's an Akashdeep who can bat as well. So I think that way you're um, increasing the batting depth.
Okay, as we kind of are about to close, 2 things. Today, in 1991, South Africa made a comeback. Rohit Juglan, Trisha Ghoshal, Gargi Raut will all testify to the fact that today Indian cricket is a billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. at that point, just about 35 years back. Deal done. We can tell you more stories, but I'll tell you one. Deal done. South African administrators were here. Ali Bakar and Jagmohan Dalmia finalized the series. These guys are going back from Nairobi. Percy Son tells Ali Bakar, are we going a bit too fast? Are we going a bit too fast? We've just been readmitted into world cricket. We are already committing to India. Are we going too fast? You guys should think about it. Ali Bakar calls his colleagues at the ANC, rather his friends at the African National Congress, and then it was decided that they will indeed go to India. When it was decided that they will come to India and come to Kolkata to play, Ali called National Panasonic in South Africa. And he said, look, Dr. Bakar said to them, we have to somehow broadcast these pictures back for the South African public. This is history being created. This is the first time we are coming back after 1969. History being created. We have to have our own people see these pictures live in South Africa. Give us some money. National Panasonic agrees to pay R250,000, rand. 250,000 rand, sorry, R250,000 rand for this series. Ali Bakar gets on the call with Jagmohan Dalmia and tells him, listen, so far Doordarshan only telecasts matches in India. We need to show these pictures back in South Africa. We will give you R250,000 rand. Dalmia listens to the number and he's blown. He said, what? It has never ever happened in cricket history that R250,000 rand. BCCI would pay Doordarshan 5 lakh rupees every game to telecast. Bakar said the same, R250,000 rand, and Dalmia being Dalmia understood in 1 minute what he was sitting on. An absolute gold mine. First ever time rights of Indian cricket was sold. South Africa paid R250,000 rand. The series was shown back in South Africa. History was made. Final part. Ali Bakar tells me 100,000 people at Eden Gardens. He was the manager. He said Andrew Hudson was walking out to bat. He said, I looked at Andrew Hudson and I could see he was scared. He had never seen that many people. He said, yaar, itna jor se chilla rahe the. Andrew Hudson did not know what struck him. He said he went out and I knew he will not be able to play. He got out first ball, Kapil Dev, job done. Praveen Amre and Andrew Hudson had dinner. And Praveen tells me, we'll put out the interview tomorrow. Praveen says, Andrew told him, boss, I had no idea what the crowd was doing. I was just looking here, there, I got out. That is Kolkata, 1991. Absolute history made. South Africa versus India. We will continue with this build-up. We have exclusive interviews. We are preparing a top quality documentary, which all of us have been working on for the last 2 weeks. Interviews with Ali Bakar, Mohammad Azharuddin, Praveen Amre, Andrew Hudson, Sachin Tendulkar on the first match where he scored 62. So this documentary will come your way on the 13th. So our build up to this South Africa-India series will be unprecedented. Finally, to close out the show, Manu Bhaker and Esha Singh both making the final of the shooting 10-meter pistol in Cairo. Manu with 580. And Esha Singh, after 2 bad sets, 94 and 95, incredible comeback to close out with 583. Suruchi Inder Singh, 577, not making the final. But that's the update from the Shooting World Championship in Cairo. Rohit Juglan, will miss you in Calcutta. I know you've got your family. We'll miss you in Calcutta.
A lot of people are asking that Rishabh Pant is in Kolkata. Are we planning to do that also? LSG meeting there on 11th in Kolkata?
There was supposed to be a meeting. We need to come because the LSG top brass was supposed to do a meeting, an internal meeting of theirs. From what I understand, there was an internal meeting planned with Tom Moody and the LSG top brass. There will be no media from what I know. I think it's an internal meeting with Tom Moody, Justin Langer, of course, Sanjeev Goenka. He's put together a solid team. Kane Williamson. The way I understand is they are going to invest a lot in the support staff, give them complete freedom to shape the team, not just LSG, but also Durban and Manchester Originals. So that's where the matter stands. If there are further updates, I will give them to you. But Rohit's right, a meeting was planned. But again, I've got great respect for the way Mr. Goenka is going about his job this time round. He's putting together a team, becoming hands-off, doing the brand build, allowing the experts to do the job. Tom Moody, Justin Langer, Kane Williamson, solid, absolutely solid support group. Indian football, hopefully we will see some light with Justice Nageshwar Rao going to the Supreme Court with the changes requested. After that, hopefully AIFF will get their act together. Hopefully there will be a bidder. Hopefully we will see. It's all hope. Hopefully we will see the ISL. I don't see it happening before February. No chance. If it happens, it's a miracle. If it doesn't happen, all of us will be as shocked. But from what I understand, that AIFF will not let happen. AIFF will announce a league. Will announce a league on its own. That's the final and the worst case scenario, because it has to save the sport in India. So plenty to happen in the Indian football front. Whatever goes on, good, bad, we will report to you with complete objectivity. I'll end the show there. Rohit Juglan, Gargi Rao, Trisha Ghoshal, thank you very, very much for joining me. From tomorrow, all of the action from the Eden Gardens with our team of reporters. Thanks for joining.